once you've decided that this is what you want and you're happy with your film, what you can do is what we call render it out. So we need to put the blue at the beginning to indicate that's where you want to render from, and the blue at the end to where you want to render to. So I'm going to render out about 15 seconds of this. The next thing you need to do is just make sure you're giving it a good save so that you don't lose any of your work. And then you go to File, Export. Now, PC users and Macs, you're probably better off downloading Encoder, which comes through with your Adobe suite with your BCU license. And this will solve any problems that you have later on. So Adobe Macromedia. Now, don't panic. It takes a long time on most people's computers to come up. You can see here that this, it's taking a few seconds to come up on mine, but it might take a considerable amount of time to come up on yours, so don't panic, it will be there. So what we do next is, in this rather ugly sort of interface, doesn't look very attractive, and I think the reason for that is because they want to keep it quite simple and not decorative, so that you just can move through it quite quickly. So let's pretend that we're going to put this video onto a web page. We can go down to social media and keep flipping down, and let's pretend that we want to use it on Facebook. We can then drag all those settings to our animated sequence, which has been brought in here on the right hand side. Couple of pointers, couple of tips is this will make it high quality but very small in file size. But what we need to do is save it somewhere to start with. So what we can do is we can save this to the folder that we made. So I put mine on the desktop because I'm very, very naughty. And I need to now remember what it was that I called it. Then I'm going to call it NFT, keep it as an MP4. Then a quick tip, because we're going to 1000 by 1000, we need to click into this bit here. Okay, that's going to bring up loads of information, but you only need one bit of it. So this bit here is telling us that it's a different size. So you're going to have black here and black here. So just match source and it will be exactly the size that you want it. If you wanted to make it a bit smaller, you can leave your mouse over this section and scroll down. So we know that anything above 20 megabytes can't be emailed to people, but the higher the target bit rate, the higher quality your video will be. So you can see it's saying here, it's going here, estimated file size is going up the more I increase it. From my experience, anything round about 4 or 5 will be absolutely fine. It won't be any use for broadcast, but for emailing and web pages it'll be absolutely fine. You can see that it's made it 9 megabytes. Press OK, and then simply press the play bar and watch it render all the way to the end.